Hi, my name is Debra D, and I was a victim of sex trafficking. At an early age, I did not realize that you can be sex trafficked uh, just out of your parents' hands so easily. We were church-going people, and we had a deacon in our church that had put together a dance team. I wanted to play piano, I wanted to dance, I wanted to be an airline stewardess, all these type of things. And so this was kind of like a dream come true for me. However, once I got involved in the dance team, he'd come and pick us up through the week, and he would always make us stop. And I did not understand why we were stopping at a motel when we were supposed to be going to the Golden Dome. When he stopped at the motel and he tell me, hey, I'm gonna pay you $100, that's a lot of money as a little girl, and I liked it, nice things. And I said, okay, but what do we have to do? And he said, I wanna just take pictures of you. So I'm like, okay, you can take pictures of me. And the pictures was not just regular pictures of me though. That's the part that I didn't know. And he said also that he did not want me to tell my grandmother. So I agreed to it, and I took these pictures, and he cut my face off of the pictures and things like that because he had then pulled my clothes off. So this continued for years, for a couple of years it continued, and I never ever told anyone. That is how people get manipulated in the game. You think you're going to do something, a dance, or you think that you're about to become maybe a little star or something, and what you are is a porn star. Because that's what he did. He took the pictures of me naked, and I'm quite sure that he sold them. And then he started to introducing me to other men and have other men watching as he take the pictures and fumbling with my body and things of this nature. And I never told this to my grandma because I knew my grandmother probably wouldn't approve of it and would be totally crushed. At the beginning, it's like you want to do what's right, you know, as a kid, but you be influenced on other people's, and you don't know that they are doing you harm. As I grew up, I knew that I was basically being sex trafficked, so because he's showing my pictures to God knows who, and that just disturbed my spirit, you know. Then I went on, and now that it's changing my attitude and my disposition, it seemed like everywhere I went, men was after me. I go to the grocery store in the neighborhood, and men's watching me and saying things to me, and I was just 13, a kid. There was a man that had an auto body shop. He said to me, hey, you look like you like money and you like nice things. I want to introduce you to someone who can help your dreams come true. He introduced me to a pimp. The man took me out to eat, and he told my grandmother again she would be taking care of my twins on the weekends. And this guy actually was taking me out on Rush Street in Chicago to be a prostitute. And this went on for years and years, and then started feeding me drugs, controlling my mind and my thinking. And my mom didn't have a clue of what was going on. And it just turned me out to be somebody that I did not want to be. Like I said, my dreams was to be an airline stewardess, you know, a teacher. It wasn't to be nobody's prostitute. I was out in the streets, drugs, alcohol, pills, prostitution, you know. This was my life. And it seemed like every man that I met, all he wanted me was to be a sex tool, to sell me and get rich off of me, I guess. It has affected my life for years and years, and then to come back out because of the control, the manipulations, the beatings, when you don't want to go do something, and you have to get up and you have to go anyhow. I didn't have no control over my situation. Once that pimp became a part of my life, I was his property. And he was to do with me whatever he wanted to do. And the lifestyle of being a prostitute and being drugged up and trying to come back up out of it, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I don't never wish that on my worst enemy to be used and abused the way I was. It was the physical, it was the mental, it was the sexual, taking my body from my backside like it belonged to him. It was painful. He didn't care. He wanted to do what he wanted to do so that he could be able to use my body in that way. It was something that I couldn't get rid of. I couldn't run away from. They'll find you and beat you and tell their friends, hey, when you see that hoe, grab that hoe, put her in the trunk, bring her back to me. All these type of things is happening in this world today. It's like you just empty inside. Once they get their hands on you and they get into your head, you really think that's how life's supposed to be. And that's what happened to me. I really thought that prostitution was the solution to all my problems because I had been manipulated and conned into thinking that that was the right way of life. I had gotten so involved in that industry that I would try to bring girls. I would get girls from school and give them reefer and tell them about how much money that I was making. And I was just as bad as the guy who started me out. And I didn't know that it really was a problem until after I got fully grown and did some step work and got into recovery to find out that I had strange mannerisms due to this situation that I had gotten into without my permission. I mean, I was being used, I was being manipulated. If I didn't want to do it, if I didn't bring the right money in, I would get beaten with hangers, with heels of a shoe. I mean, I didn't sit and watch my girlfriend have to drink some piss because she didn't have any money. That is so disrespectful, and it's nothing really that a woman can do about it but try to get her stuff in compliance because nobody don't want to take the whoopings. Life back then, if I could change it, I would change it. From the time when I was first taken to that motel with the deacon of my church, he was someone that you're supposed to trust. My parents trusted him. They didn't know that he was detouring from where he was supposed to be taking us to. It wasn't just me, it was other girls. And having us in the bed together and doing all these things that porn stars do, making you think that it's okay. The influence came because he was the deacon of my church. I trusted him. I trusted him with my heart. And once I started realizing that it would probably break my heart, I broke away from that, started running away from home because I really was disappointed in myself. My self-esteem was broken. I knew that I felt like it was my fault. I really did. If I could tell someone something to keep them out of danger, I would tell them, starting with the parents, follow up on what your kids are doing in the community. Be there, pick them up, take them there yourself. Don't allow men to just tell you, yeah, we're gonna take them over here and we're gonna do this, that, and the other. Know what your child is doing because they can be influenced to do something that they'll look back on when they get my age and say, damn, how did I get there? So what I do know today is that I was influenced by older women. They put me, together so that the men could like what they see. When they selling you, they always have another woman there to make you feel like it's okay what they are doing because they done already convinced them that this is the way of life. So it's like a sponsor. The woman, she was like the sponsor, the madam. She put you together, she buy you wigs, they buy your clothes, and they fix you all up like a doll, and they tell you it's okay. But I thank God for the correctional center. I thank God for jail because had not it been for God allowing that arresting officer to arrest me after several times of being arrested, but this one particular time when I got arrested, I was encouraged and influenced by some of the officers that was inside of the correctional center that told me that this is no way to live, going in and out of prison using all kinds of names, not even my real name. I mean, they give you names, Ann Young, Barbara Tripp, Pat Lady, Pussy Real Good. Oh, they put all kinds of names on you. And I got 87 AKAs and 110 arrests. But that last one that did it for me, and I came home from prison after being put in prison 10 times. This time, and I got it. I found a program called Narcotics Anonymous that helped change my life. That was my bottom, that was my end. I got grandkids, I have kids, and I would not wish that on neither one of them. So I got my life together, and I've been clean for 7 years. I now work for substance abuse and mental health at Bobby E. Wright. And I would not trade what I've learned for nothing. My beginning was actually a place called St. Leonard's Ministry that gave me my first job that I ever had in my entire life. Being 50 years old, I'm 59 now, I had never had a job in my entire life because of the trafficking, the drugs. It changed my life. Those people at St. Leonard's and those people in Narcotics Anonymous, they changed my life. It's like a little girl growing up. It's learning how to live. They sponsorship. They showing me the right way to go now. And I wouldn't look back for no one and nothing in my life. I just wish that I had someone to tell me the right way when I was a kid. Because every time parents, you can't reach your kids. So now, just be careful. Be careful, like I said, and watch who you let your kids hang around.